Dan. Hello and good morning.
Thank you, dear. Kinakabahan ako dito. Can I just say? Again, maraming salamat po. Actually, when we were conceptualizing this activity, we were in Geneva, Switzerland for the World Health Assembly, and I'm very happy that I'm sitting here on the stage with my boss, Secretary Ted Herbosa, to push this advocacy against tobacco and vape. And when we were conceptualizing the event, sabi ng Health Promotion Bureau, my team, ako nga pala po si Tina Marasigan from Health Promotion Bureau and Communications team. Sabi namin, Sec, sige, instead of giving a keynote message, that is the usual system or the usual way, mag-Q&A tayo. Because I know there have been a lot of questions na gusto po nating itanong kay Sec, specifically about the efforts of DOH laban sa tobacco at vape. So, umpisahan ko po sa isang matalim na tanong, Sec. Later on, we will be giving a press release to our media friends at makikita po ninyo doon yung statement ng ating secretary na sa bagong Pilipinas o walang bagong Pilipinas na amoy yosi, walang bagong Pilipinas kung ang baga ng Pilipino ay nalalason sa vape. But Sec, please elaborate. What is really your stand against tobacco and vape po?
Siguro mag-umpisa ako sa kwento, no, na kagaya nung ating mga salita kanina. I used to smoke. Naninigarilyo din ako. In fact, bata pa ako, parang 7 years old. Ako natagasin din ng sigarilyo ng tatay ko. Totoo yun, kasi ang tatay ko, military, chain smoker siya. And syempre, nauutusan ako to light up the cigarette. Sa kalan ko sinisindihan. Eh, di mo naman masisindihan yun kung hindi ka hihitit eh. Di ba? You have to up. And then, sabi nga ni Jubert pa yun, ako si Vincent, siya, ako taga-sindi. Si Vince, alam mo ginagawa niya? Kinukuha niya yung upos na tinapon na ng tatay niya, tapos tinitikman niya. Sabi ko, at least ako, sabi ko, marami ng nicotine yun. Di ba? Mas konti pa yung nicotine ng akin. Pero, nagpa-pop talaga ako. And then, the story continues. Di ba, mga grade 7 ako sa mga 12, 13 years old. Nasa old boys school ako. Loko kami. Ang pusong sigarilyo noon, Pall Mall. Wala nang Pall Mall ngayon. No? Sinara na ng Philip Morris yun. No? So, yun ang uso, yung mentholated, tapos king size. Mahaba na. Kasi yung sigarilyo ng tatay ko, maiksi lang. So the longer, so yung mga classmates ko, in short, inaya kami manigarilyo lahat. Doon kami sa likod ng swimming pool no? Eskwelahan namin. Para hindi kami makita ng mga pare. Sa likod ng swimming pool. Siguro mga 10 kami. Lahat ng kasama ko naninigarilyo yung bata. 12 years old. Siguro nadudual sila, nasusuka. Ako nag-i-enjoy kasi mental eh. Hindi ko alam, later on, na-realize ko, victim pala ako ng second-hand smoke. Because I was already enjoying cigarette smoking. And true enough, at high school ako, nag-college ako, naninigarilyo ako. College, nigarilyo. I went and finished medicine, naninigarilyo ako. I was in residency after every operation in naninigarilyo ako. Until I was 4th year in surgery, my father suffered a lump on his head. Sabi niya, nauntog lang siya dahil nakainom siya. Tapos nauntog siya sa puno ng bayabas namin na mababa. 1 week later, yung bukol nandun pa rin. So, si Lenny, naalala mo yata ito, pina-x-ray ko yung tatay ko sa PGH. Alam mo, after nakita ko yung x-ray, parang nalambot ako kasi I saw a lytic lesion. Sa mga doktor dito, a lytic lesion is a metastatic bone cancer. Talagang kitang-kitang kinain yung bone sa tulo niya, merong tumor. So, must be a metastatic cancer from somewhere else. Ang unang inisip namin, general surgeon ako, thyroid follicular cancer. Yun ang unang answer. Pagka question and answer sa exam, follicular thyroid carcinoma ang nagme-metastasize sa puno. Hinanapan namin yung tatay ko ng thyroid cancer. Nag-fine needle biopsy. Wala. Until finally, nireview yung x-ray ng isang pulmo. Nakita, merong maliit na lesion. So, CT scan, yun ang pinahit. Mahirap pa CT scan noong 1988. Iilang hospital lang ang may CT scan in 1988. By the way, 1988 was the year the World Health Assembly passed the resolution to create the World No Tobacco Day. Ang correlate. So in short, my dad was diagnosed with oat cell carcinoma, small cell carcinoma, and the CT scan in the head showed 6 lesions. Bilis nun. So nag-increased intracranial pressure, nag-coma, took care of my father. And after he died in the hospital, in a private hospital across PGH, I decided to do cold turkey. That means I also have the genes to develop lung cancer. Di ba? If my dad dies of, I'm sure I'm going to get lung. So I went cold turkey. I went to my locker in surgery. May locker kami sa dressing room. Kinuha ko yung meron ako isang carton ng Marlboro na yung brand ko. Marlboro. And I gave it to Dr. Bok Ocampo, who was a first-year resident at the time. Tumigil na rin si Bok kasi naging diabetes siya. I gave it to him. Bok, ayoko naman nirilyo. I gave all my cigarettes. I went cold turkey. Doing cold turkey is not a common thing. I realized mas maraming hindi bumabalik. So, the interesting thing is, nag-asawa ko, yung napang-asawa ko, ayaw din na naninigarilyo. Si Grace. So, she's an anesthesiologist. So, she knows the bad effects of a smoker when you give them anesthesia. So, ayaw na. Yun, talagang galit yun. Nanigarilyo ka, no? Amoy nicotine ka. She could smell. Ayaw ko, talas ng ilong. So, she could smell. So, hindi ako makadaya na. Kasi ang thinking ko doon, if we were out drinking with the other surgeons, and one puts out a pack there and smokes, I'm a victim of second-hand smoke. Might as well enjoy it. Kumukuha ko isa. Sabi ko, nataya. But I never had cigarettes in my pocket. So, yun yung temptation. So, you really get addicted. Sabi nga nila, the easiest thing to do is to stop smoking. Sabi, why? Oh, I've done it many times. Kasi babalik sila. So, this is the story of our patient that described it. The last time I actually never held a cigarette was in 2012. Kasama ko sila Maricar Limpin. Finally, we had to fight the tobacco industry and make sure that the taxation was high enough so that young people cannot buy it. Si Tony Dance, si Maricar, sino pa ba mga advocates natin nun? Ang dami nun eh. Sino yung cardiologist, ng Manila Doctors, Dr. Morales, Dante Morales. These people were the ones that fueled me on. So when she says I was the proponent, ako lang yung face. But the truth is, kami lahat, ito, yung mga nakaupo dito, may common DNA kami. Si Jubert, si Vincent, sorry, di ka kasama dun sa DNA na yun, si Bieber, tsaka si Maricar. Alam mo, anong common sa amin? Lahat. Mga taga-UP kami, aktivista kami lahat. Although hindi kami aktivista, naging komunista, naging aktivista naman kami sa health. So we became activists against it, and our strategies were very similar. Gumagawa kami ng rally, nagpunta ako sa UP, inano ko yung mga student council to help us with the syntax. Sabi ko, ang quote namin nun, the syntax is a cancer tax. Walang makakontra ng mga senator. Kasi nga, cancer tax siya. So, lahat takot sa cancer, well, which is basically. And then I told my story. You can probably still find it on Facebook. Yung sinasabi nila. I wrote the story of my father. And I even put in the picture of my father. So it became a real person that died of lung cancer from smoking. Pero when you think about it, alam mo, Tina, 1950s pa nila na correlate na smoking leads to lung cancer. 1950s. By 1964, the cigarette industry was still hiding the fact. 1964 lang yata yung nilagyan ng warning ng Surgeon General. Tapos, 2005 lang,
nagkaroon ng WHA, World Health Assembly resolution, yung Framework Convention on Tobacco Control. Pinupush nila 2003, 2004, or 2005 nang nagkaroon ng... The Framework Convention on Tobacco Control was the first ever health treaty passed through the World Health Assembly. And then we ratified it the following year yata natin na ratified, 2005, it was ratified by our Senate. So it became part of the law. So itong mga ginagawa natin ngayon, this is all part of our signed Framework Convention on Tobacco Control. And every year, nag-meeting yan, yung POC. And every year, lumalaban sa amin yung tobacco industry. And tama si Maricar. We shouldn't hate the people that are smoking. We should hate the people who sell the cigarettes and the vape to our children.
So, Sec, follow-up question po. What is now your call to action to our legislators, to the government, from national down to local, para po maging enabling force po ang ating gobyerno para tumalikod po ang mga kababayan natin sa paninigarilyo at pagbe-vape?
You know, as the Secretary of Health, I was looking at all the top priority health problems of the country. And my realization is that all my health problems that I'm tackling with are problems of the youth, ng bata. Nutrition, immunization, wash, diarrhea, chronic diarrhea. Tapos, maternal mortality, childhood pregnancy ang kalaban ko dito. Tapos there's HIV, TB, road safety, and then non-communicable diseases. I concentrated on the top two killers. Hypertension, kasi hypertension leads to heart attack, and the Division fever. Smoking leads to atherosclerosis. Atherosclerosis manifests first as increased blood pressure, as hypertension. Doon nag-uumpisa yun. And then later on, will kill you either of a heart attack or a stroke. Ganun din yung diabetes. Diabetes naman is another problem we need to solve because it's on sugar, sweetened beverages, and too much rice. And then there's cancer. So yun yung 8 priorities ko. A lot of them, hindi tayo nag-invest on non-communicable diseases. We actually need to invest in this. And stopping our children from vaping and smoking is probably the best investment. Kasi ano ang success rate ng sa cessation sa smoking? Hindi ako happy. Tama. It's lesser than that in reality. Ayan, sinabi niya ng 5. I think in Lung Center, tinanong ko na dati yun. Parang 2 out of 10 are the ones that finally stop. So that's, hindi smoking cessation, band-aid yun. Ang importante, hindi sila manigarilyo. Ang problema, ano nangyari? Our legislators passed a vape law that was infirm. Singapore banned vaping. Vietnam banned vaping. Banned! Papasama ako sa iyo dyan. Kung Secretary of Health pa ako, ay mas maganda kahit hindi ako Secretary of Health, kahit former Secretary of Health na ako, I'll go for banning vaping. Because it's something bad. Why are we adding it to our problems? Why are we adding vaping to our problems? Hindi lang yun. Last year, tinawag yung DOH sa hearing, sabi ng congressmen and women, meron daw increased smuggling in smoking. Pero pagdating nila dun sa meeting, na iba. It became a hearing of the pause for sin taxation. The views, di ba? Biglang naging pause for sin. Now there is a bill. Luckily, nag-hearing din sa Senate si Senator Sherwin. And when I was in Geneva, pinanood ko, ang haba ng presentation ni Maricar Limpe. Pero kahit antok na ako, kasi iba yung time difference eh. Madaling araw nung pinakinggan ko yung presentation niya. Tapos sumama yung taga-WHO, di ba? Sabi niya, I agree with the expert. Yun yung ko. But listening to it, parang may kulang. May kulang among our legislators. I think I think there is lobby money. If you watch my CA, sino nanood ng aking commission on appointment hearing? Dinefer ako, di ba? Maraming beses. 3. Ano mo sabihin? Wala tayo, nanalo na yun. Senator na yun. Kilala niyo na ako. Pero nakita niyo kung saan ako inimbestigahan. I knew it was a revenge. Kasi sabi nitong si Maricar, ako daw yung pasimulo sa syntax. Talagang gusto mag-revenge yung ating kalaban. So, I think they didn't want me to become Secretary of Health. Luckily, this president said, you know, I should side with him. I come from the tobacco block. Buti na lang yung presidente ko, hindi na dinigarin siya. But anyway, I have another story to tell. And I like telling stories, so that's why maganda itong format natin. I was in a cabinet meeting. And, well, not a cabinet meeting. It's a meeting between another cabinet secretary and myself. And that was the time then the death of that vaping 22-year-old just happened. This cabinet secretary came to me to meet with the Secretary of Health, and he was vaping. So what was my trick? Sabi ko, anong gagawin ko dito? Tinanong ni President, anong gagawin mo? Alam mo ang ginawa ko? Sabi ko doon sa mga taga-DOH, hoy, natinig niyo ba yung nangyari sa PGH? May 22-year-old namatay of heart attack from vaping. Sinabi ko yun. Nakita ko, enough na niya yung vape. Hindi na siya nakahitik ulit. Okay. So baka pwedeng gano'n ang gawin nyo ngayon pag may nakakita. 2 princess ang pwedeng sabihin. Yung tanong, 2 pwede mong sabihin. Puntahan mo yung naniligarilyo. Salamat po. Nagbibigay kayo ng pera sa Department of Health. Kasi yung pera nila napupunta sa syntax, napupunta pambayad, pampaganda nitong mga ospital ng Department of Health. Pero in essence, maganda rin sabihin sa kanila, pwede kang mamatay dahil dyan sa vape na yan, lalo na kung bata sila. Ako, I think, if you're an adult and there is a child vaping, I think we should tell them to stop vaping. Di ba? Bahala na siya what action they will take. Because the law prohibits that. Tandaan nyo only 18 and above can buy vapes. Mikot kayo dyan, may naghihintay na, alam mo, USB. Tapos hihipitin nilang gano'n. So that's illegal. So actually, pwede silang pagsabihan. So I went to the chief of police when I was newly appointed. And I said, we need to implement the law. There is a law. Bawal mag-vape ang 18 years old and below. Sabi ko, manghuli tayo. General, sample na natin yung nagtitinda ng vape, yung 24-hour vape. 24 hours yung mga vape shop. Unfortunately, wala silang nahuli ng isa. Alam mo bakit? Online nila binibili yung vape. So I think the next person I will talk to is Secretary Henry Aguda. I think we should find a way. Yung gamot, di ka makabenta online kung wala kang existing drugstore. Di ba? So baka dapat yung nagbebenta ng vape online. Tapos nakakatakot baka yung mga vape online pa, yung maraming chemicals. So it's a big problem. It is a big problem, and we need your help. Yes, I am in a position of power, but like the syntax, we need civil society to help us. We need all the doctors who are against vaping and smoking to help us. We need to say this is not the way to poison our children, and it's a very important solidarity na kailangan natin gawin, whole of society. And this is the call to action.
Okay, Sec. So let's reiterate po your stand against about vape is to ban vape, and number 2, yung sa tobacco naman po, sir, kasi it's nakita po natin it's 78 pesos, sabihin na natin 80. Pero mas na-access ngayon ng kabataan ang vape through online kahit na mas mahal siya. But going back to tobacco, ano po ang nakikita po ninyong way para mas ma-prevent yung mga Pilipino from smoking tobacco? Kasi po ngayon, ang nakikita po natin, yes, syntax is working, and GHW is working. But are you also planning, or are you up for a more bolder step para po sa mga pakete ng mga sigarilyo na nakikita ngayon? Kasi nakikita natin may graphic health warning po. But is it really still effective in this time?
So I made that comment yesterday. The graphic health warnings, which is also part of the law, lalagay kayo ng mga naka-tracheostomy doon, tsaka may mga baga na maiitim doon sa picture. It doesn't help anymore. And there are studies in other countries. They found that plain paper packaging was a better option kasi hindi siya attractive. So parang walang gustong bumili kasi it's just a box with a package. So yun ang, baka we should push for plain paper packaging. I agree with Maricar. We should also increase the tax. Why? It was 29% prevalence before, went down to 19. It's back to 24. Plus the people that vape. Yun ang problema eh. We start the kids early on vaping. Pag wala silang pang-vape, sigarilyo ang pinapalit nila. So, ano siya talaga, magkakambal siya. So, we eliminate one, and then we make sure that the cigarettes are more expensive, and that means we have more sin tax. Then we have more money for the healthcare, universal healthcare. And number two, we can prevent people from picking up the smoke. And then I ordered Jubert yesterday to actually increase the number of smoking cessation clinics. Kailangan sabay-sabay yan para mangyari talaga yan. And those that want to smoke, want to stop smoking, we can offer the services to stop smoking. Pati yung, I hear the one who was talking about, what was that, the nicotine patches na hindi mabili. Kailangan pang i-smuggle. Technical smuggling yun. Kasi that needs export permit from the FDA para makapasok. So maybe we should talk to companies to actually bring in more of those nicotine patches that is used by the pulmonary people. So yung mga problems na yan, solve natin lahat. And I need everybody's help on this one.
So it's pretty clear, Sec. Huling tanong na lamang po from me. So may call to action na po tayo sa national, sa ating legislators. Nabanggit din po natin ng DTI for strengthening yung regulations and monitoring din po and even the apprehension for the online selling of these vape products. May call to action din po tayo sa ating mga societies po to push further our advocacy against vape and tobacco. At meron din po tayong call to action sa mismong naninigarilyo at nag-vape. Last point na lang, Sec, our call to action to the parents. Because really, the market of vape is the young population. And I think it's still coming from your experience, Sec, na medyo na-influensyahan po kayo sa pagyoyosi po ng inyong father, but you changed your habit because of what happened to him. And eventually, when you started your own family already. So ano po yung call to action po natin sa ating mga magulang para as early as now, mapigilan na po yung mga bata because vape really is the entry point of tobacco. Kailangan po natin silang mapigil. Your thoughts, sir?
So, I'm glad you mentioned that kasi nagulat ako dun sa story kanina, one of our testimonials. Niregaluhan on their birthday ng pad, vaping pad. Sabi ko ba, oo nga, no? Baka it's really the parents also who should work. And I also had a realization yesterday nung lang center. Dapat siguro, kausapin ko ulit si Secretary Sami Angara. I think the school should ban appliances of vape in school for people below 18 years old. Di ba? If it is illegal for them to buy it, it must not be also allowed inside the schools or around the school. So baka dapat hindi sila nagdadala ng vape appliances in school. So make it difficult for the children to vape and make them realize masama talaga yung vape. Pero sana mas maganda mapasa natin yung ban na yung vape. Like Singapore and Vietnam. Singapore and Vietnam will create, Singapore is trying to create a generation that is tobacco-free. Tobacco-free generation yung pinag-create nila. So they will be more intelligent, they will live longer, they will be healthier. Vietnam followed suit. Nandun tayo sa demographic dividend. We have a lot of young people who are 25 years old or below, half of our population. Yet our smoking prevalence of those people is 25% are vaping. That's 1 in 4. So ano mangyayari sa kanila? Bilangin mo years later, daming may cancer, daming may heart attack, daming may oral cancer and all that stuff. So, to me, Hindi nila nakikita yon, but the next Secretary of Health will have problems with cancer centers and lung cancer and early deaths, tinatawag na early deaths due to non-communicable disease, NCDs in general, atherosclerosis. Huwag natin kalimutan yun. Sabi nga nila, hindi ka mamatay ng cancer, pero namatay ka naman ng atherosclerosis.
Okay, with that, we will be wrapping up our Q&A portion with the Secretary of Health, Sec. Ted Herbosa. Maraming salamat po. At mamaya po, we will be opening the floor for the questions of our media friends and to our participants as well in this auditorium. Maraming salamat po, Sec.
Last message lang,
Yes.
sa bagong Pilipinas, bawat baga mahalaga.
Love it. Thank you very much. Secretary Ted Herbosa of the Department of Health.
Bawat baga mahalaga. Thank you so much once again, Secretary Herbosa, and of course to the beautiful Director Tina for facilitating this segment. Ayan, maraming salamat for all of your sharings and for sharing to us your action plans, your action courses, and pati sa Hong Kong, sa Hong Kong, I think by mid-2026, yes, they are going to ban it as well completely. I think they're starting to be more strict when it comes to importing and bringing vapes in Hong Kong. So I wish that the Philippines would do the same sooner or later. Thank you so much for that wonderful segment. At alam mo ba, Sec, hindi lang tayo ang galit sa vape at sa tobacco. Meron tayong mga kakampi today. They are going to be here live and they are ready to make a scene. We have 4 characters who will show us how cigarettes, vapes, and tobacco products mess up our lives. Ready na ba kayong makilala sila? One more time, are you guys ready to get to know them? Tawagin po natin sila isa-isa dahil lahat sila ay bibigyan natin ng moment to shine. Unang-una, you know him. You've seen him on TV. You've heard people shout his name kapag may naninigarilyo sa jeep. Tawagin natin si Yossi Kadiri. He is the OG anti-smoking mascot ng Department of Health at andito siya ngayon para sabihin, ang Yossi hindi lang kadiri, nakakamatay. Yossi Kadiri is literally the walking, disgusting reminder of what smoking does to your body. Kaya ngayong World No Tobacco Day, he is back to say, huwag maging kadiri, huwag mag-Yossi. Next up, I would like to call on stage Ate Rose. Ate Rose. Ate Rose is short for Ate Rose Clerosis. Sabihin niyo nga ulit yan, Ate Rose. Good. A silent and dangerous condition. She is the root cause of many killer diseases and can lead to major health issues if ignored. Tahimik lang yan si Ate Rose. Pero unti-unti ka na palang tinatraidor. Binabara niya ang mga ugat mo hanggang sa hirap ng tumalay ang tubok sa puso, utak at buong katawan. You will not even notice her. Pero pag umatake na, boom! Chest pain, stroke, high blood, sakit sa baga, kidney problems, lahat na. And this World No Tobacco Day, Ate Rose joins us to remind us that smoking damages blood vessels that causes the buildup of plaque that leads to atherosclerosis. There we go. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to the newest members of this gang. May mga addition pala tayo. Let's all meet our third mascot today, ang love team ni Yossi Kadiri, ang nag-iisang vape sulasok. Alam niyo ba ang nasabihang dressed to kill? Si Vape Sulasok yan, literal. Cute colors, check. Sweet fruity scent, check. The Nakalalasong mga kamikal, check din yan. Pagantayin pa nila ang itsura nila, lason pa rin siya. Noong mo ang sinisira, vaping is not safe. This world, no tobacco day. We say, huwag magpaloko sa forma, vape pa rin yan at lason pa rin yan. And that brings us to our fourth and final character na palaging dala ni Vape Sulaso. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Eva Lee. Alam niyo ba na si Eva Lee ay dati siyang pink at healthy, pero ngayon, very brilliant lang. Siya si Eva Lee, short for e-cigarette or vaping product use associated lung injury. Kung si Yossi ay kadiri, si Eva ay kaawa-awa. She's the lung na nagsuffer dahil sa vape, full of chest pain, hingal, and regret. Once fresh and powerful, now damaged and dark. Don't be like me, sabi ni Eva. Stop vaping while you still can. Ladies and gentlemen, ang ating four mascots, Ate Rose, Yossi Kadiri, Vape Sulasong, at Eva Lee. At syempre, habang nandirito ang ating mga mascots, let's proceed to a powerful and symbolic act. Alright, our next segment is the breaking of cigarettes and vape devices. Now, this moment reflects our collective stand to say, tama na! Ayaw na namin! And may we call on Secretary Herbosa on stage, please. Let us give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Also, we have the DOH Assistant Secretary Gloria Balboa. Together with our partners, Dr. Avenino Aventura Jr. Dr. Vincent Balana Jr. Dr. Peter Temeses. Dr. Lenora Fernandez. Dr. Hubert Benedict. Dr. Hubert Benedicto. Hello, hello. Parang kailangan ko ang calling card mo dito instead. Okay, we also have Dr. Maria Encarnita Limpien. Attorney Benedict Nisperos. May we also have Director Maria Cristina Marasigan on stage, please. May we also have Dr. Imelda Mateo. And of course, here we have on stage the pillars of our organizations and greater communities who are joining us with our fight against vape and smoking. At this point, we are distributing these props that are meant to be broken, unlike promises, diba? Once again, ladies and gentlemen, here they are. In our very stage. Okay, so please wait for my cue. Sasabihin ko kasama ang ating mga audience ang mensahe natin for this morning. Alam niyo, wag magpaloko sa vape at sigarilyo. Okay? In 3, 2, 1. Magpaloko sa vape at sigarilyo. Alright. Pero syempre, hindi pa po tayo dyan natatapos. Ito ay props lamang po. Kailangan natin ang mga real devices na talaga namang lumalason sa ating communities. At sa mamamayang Pilipino, at this point, we are distributing the real causes of what we are fighting at this very moment for years now, ladies and gentlemen, and still we continue our fight. Kaya naman, samahan niyo po kami on my cue. Sabihin ulit natin ang ating theme for this morning in 3, 2, 1. Huwag magpaloko sa vape at sigarilyo. Let's break it! Kailangan ito po sirain towards a better country, a better future, and a better you for the next generations. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, palakpakan po natin sila. Kindly stay on stage, please, because at this point, we will now formalize our shared mission through the ceremonial signing of the commitment of support poster. Siyempre, kailangan ang mga pinag-usapan, ang mga pinag-agrihan, kailangan yan may pirma. Pirmado ang lahat. Ladies and gentlemen, this poster symbolizes the partnership of our partners gathered here today. So this serves as our promise to uphold today's theme and keep pushing for a healthier tobacco-free Philippines. So to all of our partners, sa lahat po ng nandito sa stage, isa-isa po natin pirmahan ang poster natin. As we join hands, and as we join the fight against smoking through vape and tobacco, here we are wishing for a cleaner future for the next generations and also to us, the decision makers of today. Muli maraming salamat po sa lahat na nandito ngayon, sa lahat ng mga nagpipicture at nagpipideo. Dahil through your own simple ways, you are taking action. I believe that you are all going to post this on your social media platforms, so let us spread awareness that this very moment is happening now. All of our partners, the leaders of DOH, of the hospitals, of different organizations, come together to agree na kailangan natin ng tobacco-free Philippines. And that is going to happen sooner than later. Kaya yung mga mascots natin sa likod, hello? Sana mapagod na kayo. Maraming salamat. At this point, we would also like to call on the following. Okay? So we will also like to call on our DOH, Execom, and directors here on stage for anyone who wants to sign their name on the poster. Okay? Mas maraming pirma, much better. Once again, our DOH, Execom, and directors, kindly join us here on stage. Or anyone else who wants to sign. Lahat po tayo? Okay? Lahat na nandito ngayon joining us? May 31, 2025, World No Tobacco Day. Everyone who's watching us, may we call on the other members also from our hospital staff here today to also sign the petition. Doon sa mga punong abala sa ating event na ito, please join us, please sign. If they're also here, our tobacco prevention and control partners, please join us as well. Lahat tayo pumirma. Maraming salamat once again, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining us, no? This is our World No Tobacco Day with a very clear message na huwag magpaloko sa vape at sigarilyo. In our own little ways of attending this event, of posting photos, of taking videos, putting it on all of your platforms. We are helping not only people like us of our age, decision makers, but also the parents. Katulad na nga ng pinag-usapan nila kanina, nila Direk Tina, no? It starts also with our parents on how they can discipline their children, and hopefully we can help them as well by spreading everything that we have learned this morning. And to those who are making a big commitment into pushing for a tobacco-free, a smoking-free Philippines, thank you so much for signing. Once everyone has signed and committed into our message, into our campaign, into our fight, let us have a photo op. Let us commemorate this wonderful moment with a photo. With sa picture na yun, makikita natin kung sino ang mga nag-sign. Wala nang atrasan. Thank you very much. Thank you. Doctor? Yes? Yes, once again, ladies and gentlemen, after signing, let us have a photo op, a photo opportunity. Let us commemorate this wonderful moment by seeing all of your faces, our pillars, our action makers and decision makers into making everything happen, into making Philippines a tobacco-free country. Thank you. May we ask everyone here on stage to please occupy our space here in front. Lahat po ng mga nag-sign, punta po tayo dito sa harap. Dito po sa harap ng stage, kahit sa baba lamang, okay lang. Maraming salamat. For all of our mascots, forward tayo ng konti. Forward tayo. Thank you. A little bit forward. Again, we have space here below our stage, but in front, please, so we can see all of your faces for our photo. And to all of our mascots, kindly join us para malaman natin kung ano ang piniprevent natin para sa ating komunidad. Ayan. So to our camera guy, please let us know once everyone fits in the frame. Dr. Lenora, looking so beautiful, please. Join us here on stage. Hello po. Hello, Doc Beaver. Ever so jolly and light. Thank you very much. Okay. I guess we are good and ready to go. Patingin nga ako ng mga smiles. Ngiti naman tayo dyan. Okay? Okay, dito po ako. Alright, ay ganito. Kailangan ganito, guys. Yan. Huwag kayong kakanta ha. Hindi ko kayang tanggapin ha. Ano lang yan? Sa picture lang yan. Okay. In 3, 2, 1. Okay. Thank you very much. May pa-video pa ba tayo? Do we want video or not anymore? Okay. So, may picture na tayo. Habang nakaganito, sabihin po natin sabay-sabay ang ating mensahe this morning. Okay. Medyo mas mahaba to. I hope nagkape kayo. Okay. Ito po sasabihin natin, huwag magpaloko sa vape at sigarilyo dahil bawat buhay ay mahalaga. Practice muna tayo. Okay? May tiwala po ako sa inyo para practice. Okay. In 3, 2, 1, go! Huwag magpaloko sa vape at sigarilyo dahil bawat buhay ay mahalaga. Last one, safety daw. Alright. In 3, 2, 1, huwag magpaloko sa vape at sigarilyo dahil bawat buhay ay mahalaga. Woo! Alright. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Palakpakan naman po natin ang lahat-lahat na sumama sa amin dito sa harap. To everyone who committed to making a better tomorrow, to making Philippines a tobacco-free country. Tayo po ay magtulungan. Maraming salamat. Okay, and to all of our mascots, thank you so much also for joining us here on stage. Now please be seated, ladies and gentlemen. Tayo po ay maupo. Alright, so while our mascots are having their photo op, may I ask everybody to please settle down? Kindly return to your seats. Sit back, relax, because we still have a lot of things in store for everyone. We still have our next segments. We know that this is a momentous occasion for everybody, and we want to spread the word already. But please stay with us, because we still have our press conference. Once again, we are going to wait until everyone is settled down, seated, and ready for our next segments. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, here are the reminders of what not to be reminded of in the future. Once again, please be seated. Thank you very much for our press conference. And also maraming salamat sa ating mga media friends for spreading the word, for spreading awareness to everyone who's not here. And there are millions, if not billions out there who needs to learn and hear from this. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now we will be having our press conference. I will now be turning the mic over to Ms. Aurora Banda Alfonso. Let's give her a round of applause, please.
Thank you very much, Miss Princess. Palakpakan po natin si Princess sa napakagandang pag-i-MC at pag-host ng event. Again, thank you very much, Miss Princess. So, magsiset up lang po muna tayo. We kindly ask everyone to take their seats as we are about to begin our press conference in a few minutes. And then, isa-isa ko pong tatawagin ng ating mga panelists. A healthy and blessed morning to everyone. Welcome to today's press conference on World No Tobacco Day. And thank you for taking the time to join us in this important event. So let us begin the program. Nire-request ko po ang aking mga i-introduce sa panelists. Dapat ka nabanggit ko ng pangalan, please come up stage. Let's start first with our Secretary of Health, Dr. Teodoro J. Herbosa. The Executive Director of the Philippine Heart Center, Dr. Avelino L. Aventura Jr. The Executive Director of the Lung Center of the Philippines, Dr. Vincent M. Balanag Jr. Dr. Weaver Tamesis, the President and Chief Executive Officer of the Asian Hospital and Medical Center. Dr. Leonora Fernandez, the Head of Stop Smoking and Vape Program, ma'am, tama ba ako, ng UPPGH. Attorney Benedict Visperos, the Legal Consultant of the Health Justice. Dr. Juber Benedicto, ang Presidente ng Philippine College of Chest Physicians. And last but not the least, Dr. Maricar Blanco Limpin ng Executive Director ng ASH Philippines. Our event for today is being streamed live in Facebook and of DOH. Okay, start na po tayo kasi kanina, narinig naman natin yung message ni Seth. So, isa lang po. To facilitate an organized and focused discussion, we asked before that na ang media natin magpadala ng kanilang questions. This will be collected and shall be directed to our panelists. Ito na po. So, mag-start na po ako. Ang una pong question na na-receive namin ay from Mr. JC Cosico. And this question is for Secretary Herbosa. Sir, what is the current number of vape users and tobacco users in the Philippines?
Yung vape users ang pinaka-problematic natin ngayon kasi ang statistics natin nagdoble ang numero ng kabataan na nagve-vape. From 11.7% ng kabataan in 2015, tumaas po ito to 24.6% in 2019. So, double, more than double. Ang sigarilyo naman, bumababa po kasi nalilipat sila dun sa vaping. From 22% in 2009, bumagsak na to 12% lang ang naninigarilyo youth. Sa adults, medyo nasa 19, bumaba na rin tayo ng statistics. So, ang malaking problema natin, yung malaking pagdami ng kabataan na nag-vape.
Thank you for that, Secretary. Muli po, para po sa inyo ito, paano po makakatulong ang programa para maiwasan ang paggamit ng vape sa kabataan? This came from J. Manten and TCMS Media Production.
Alam na naman ng mga doktor, lahat ng specialista dito, nadinig natin yung kanilang mga statements, lung cancer, oral cancer, throat cancer, iba't ibang cancers makukuha mo from smoking and vaping. Ganun din ang kasakit sa baga, yung mga chronic obstructive lung disease, emphysema, tapos yung sakit sa puso, yung atherosclerosis, heart attack, at saka stroke. So ito yung mga mawawala kung ikaw ay hindi na maninigarilyo at hindi na mag-vape.
Okay. Susunod pong tanong ay muli kay JC Cosico. Explain po in layman's term kung paano nagre-resulta sa pagkakasakit ang smoking or vaping. Ano po bang meron sa yosi at sa vape?
Papasa natin kay Maricar kasi nagsabi siya niyan. So may nicotine yan, mayroong mga ang dami ng chemicals eh. Hindi ko memoryado si ano memoryado na? Si Maricar.
Mahirap i-memorize, no? Kasi 7,000, more than 7,000 chemicals sa sigarilyo. Pero nakita din sa pag-aaral ng vape, no, na almost all the chemicals din na nakikita sa sigarilyo ay nakikita rin sa vape. Although at yung iba lower concentration, but meron ding mga nakitaan na chemical na parehas lang. At yung pinaka-latest, no, meron na iba pang chemical na mas mataas pa sa vape. Lalong-lalo na yung heated tobacco products, no? Lalong-lalo na yon, heated tobacco products, may mga heavy metals na mas mataas ang concentration kesa sa sigarilyo. So, anong ibig sabihin? Vaping and smoking, parehas lang ho yan. So, ang sigarilyo, nagkakos ng lahat ng sakit at namamatay ang tao sa paninigarilyo. Ganun din po ang magiging resulta pag nagpatuloy ho ang dami ng mga tao na nag-vape. So, kaya ang panawagan sana natin, alisin na lang natin, talagang wala na ho sanang tao na maninigarilyo at magve-vape. But ang paninigarilyo kasi napakatagal na no? Napakahirap na. But sa vape, since nag-uumpisa pa lang, kaya ang isang panawagan, iban na lang natin. Total, yung industry palaging nagre-reklamo na maraming smuggling. Tapos sabi nila, nawawalan na raw sila ng ng kita. And since nawawalan naman sila ng kita, might as well close shop na lang, di ba? Kasi wala namang kita eh. So ban na lang tayo.
Okay, thank you. Palakpakan po natin si Dr. Linky. Talagang galing sa puso yan. Sir, kailangan ko ng talagang answer dito. Is vaping an alternative to smoking? Yes or no, doctor? Doctors? Sino pong gusto sumagot? Dr. Benedicto.
Yes, definitely po hindi siya alternative sa smoking. So, nasabi na po ng ating mga kasama dito na in fact, marami pang chemicals na mas masama sa kanya. Ang unfortunate kasi as what Sec mentioned sa survey, approximately 23% po nung sinurvey nagsabi kaya sila nag-vape kasi tingin nila it's a good way to quit smoking. Or another 24% will say na kaya sila nag-vape para po mabawasan ang kanilang paninigarilyo or hindi man mapahinto or as what was mentioned, it's an alternative to smoking. Ilang pag-aaral na po nagsasabing mas dangerous pa nga siya in a way, no, to compare po sa smoking. So definitely yun po ay isang misconception.
Thank you, Dr. Benedicto. Sir, balik po ulit ako sa inyo, Dr. Secretary. In what specific way to advocate this campaign, lalo na sa ating mga far-flung area, sa ating youth na nasa mountain at sa mga tribo?
Gumagawa yung Health Promotion Bureau na pinangungunahan ni Director Tina Marisigan ng magandang playbook. Tinatawag na playbook para ma-promote sa ating mga kabataan na promote din natin sa mga nakatira sa mga bundok, yung indigenous people. Kasi sila din yung pwedeng maapektuhan at malulod dito sa addiction dito sa vaping at sigarilyo. So gagawa tayo ng mga promotional campaign, information, educational campaign sa kanila. Sa lengguwahe nila at kung ano yung dialect nila.
Okay, thank you very much, Sec. Ngayon po, i-open na namin ng floor sa ating mga medyang present. Kasi sabi ko nga ito yung mga questions kanina na pinadala. I-open po natin ang floor para sa questions related sa World No Tobacco Day. Anybody po? Si Sir from, pakibigay lang po ang microphone. Pakilala po kayo at from what organization?
Hi, good morning everyone. I'm Jess Cruzat po from ABS-CBN. To Secretary, Sir, sinabi niyo kanina na mayroong call to action to at least further increase the tax pa rin kahit naman tayong sin tax. Do you think it is a big challenge, most especially this incoming Congress, yung mga bagong legislators natin, or magkakaroon tayo ng smooth conversation or communication with them para mas maipasa natin to?
Alam mo, hati din yung mga legislator natin. May mga anti-tobacco na legislator na kampi sa amin. Meron dyan mga doktor na naging legislator. Meron din yung talagang mga health advocates and anti-tobacco advocates. So papatulong kami sa kanila. Meron din naman, siyempre, they come from the tobacco growing region. So ang laging spin nila dyan, paano naman yung mga constituents na nire-represent nila. So magkakaroon yan ng debate at I'm just hoping madinig lahat ng sides. We're trying to get the health side. So hindi ito about yung mga farmers na madi-displace. Kailangan mahanap natin sila ng ibang trabaho or ibang halaman na ipaplant nila, nakikita rin sila. So very important yon na hindi sila pabayaan. Pangalawa, yung mga smoking cessation, baka nga dapat pati PhilHealth bayaran yung smoking cessation. So baka gawin ko yan sa aming board meeting na ilagay namin sa benefits committee na isang sakit at isang addiction at yung treatment niya may coverage. Kasi nga, yung isa nag-i-import pa siya ng mga nicotine. So, we make a certain package available. Tulungan nyo kami ma-develop yung PhilHealth benefit package. Yan. Pero yung sa batas, very important yan. At gusto sana namin, lahat natutulong sa amin. Kasi pag mas malakas ang boses ng masa, ng lipunan, nakikinig yung ating mga legislator.
Thank you very much, sir. May isa pa pong katanungan kay Mr. JC Cosico.
Hi, Sec. JC pa from TV5. Sir, yun lang actually sinagot na ni Doc Maricar Lipin kanina. But I'd like to get the soundbite na, again, ano ba yung meron sa mga vape at sigarilyo? Tapos pa-explain lang ano ba yun, dumadaan sa mga dugo, tapos maapektuhan yung lungs. Paano mas magets ng tao how it affects their body?
Okay. So, ang nangyari sa vaping, meron tayong nicotine. Control mo daw yung amount ng nicotine na gusto mo. So, that's why sinasabi nila, pwedeng gamitin sa smoking cessation kasi decrease mo until hindi ka na nangayon. Ang problema, yung mga vape, naglagay din sila ng flavors. So may flavors which are put in oils that are volatile. Unfortunately, ang findings ngayon, yung mga oils or chemicals that they put in to put flavor, para maganda amoy niya, para maganda lasa niya, ay nag-harm sa lungs. Yun yung nagkakos ng tinatawag na e-cigarette and vape-associated lung injury. Yun yung E-Valley. Yun yung new disease na na-identify at ngayon tawag natin na E-Valley na nakukuha mo, dito siya, na nakukuha mo sa pagbe-vape. Ngayon, dahil bago pa lang yung vape, I'm telling you, dahil may nicotine yan at yung ibang produkto, lalo na sa heated tobacco, magdi-develop din yan ng lung cancer. Hindi pa lang tayo siguro nakakita. Pero pareho din yan. Ang prediction namin, and I will predict it, yung mga batang nagbe-vape, if they will live longer, hindi sila atakihin sa puso, or hindi sila ma-stroke, if they live long, they will develop some form of throat cancer, lung cancer, tongue cancer, lip cancer. Kasi it's the same thing, na iba lang yung
At dadagdagan pa po yan ni Dr. Fernandez ng UPGH.
Jay, yung vape, mas nakakatakot sa totoo lang kung nicotine ang pinag-uusapan. Kasi sa studies, napatunayan nila na mas mataas pa yung concentration ng nicotine. So, ang isang puff or isang bar ng vape is equivalent to smoking yung milligrams, 50 milligrams na nicotine equal to 2.5 packs of cigarettes. Isipin mo isang bata, isang puff bar ng vape. Equivalent na yan si Lolo na nagsigarilyo ng 2.5 kaha ng sigarilyo. So, napakataas na nicotine dahil ginawa nilang salt ito. Mas madaling ma-absorb ang nicotine sa katawan. Ang number of chemicals, a little bit less daw siya sa sigarilyo. Kaya lang nakita natin na dahil sa pyrolysis, ang taas ng temperature niyan, mas grabe yung chemical na change doon. So yung diacetyl, yung dating mga food additives na nasa vape, nagiging masamang chemical na siya. Sa flavoring, number 1, cinnamon. Number 2, cherry flavor. Number 3, chocolate flavor. Yun pa yung mas nakakasira pa sa lungs at sa buong katawan. Nakita na sa studies yan. So akala mo, pa-cute lang yung flavors? Hindi po, nakakalason din po sila.
Sige, Sir JC, continue po.
Apo, yun lang process kay Dr. Balanag. Sir, you mentioned earlier yung parang it's the respiratory system, yung portal. So, paano siya magiging lung cancer eventually para mas magets mo ng public?
Yeah, yung smoke, so tobacco smoke, syempre pupunta doon sa lungs natin. So, ang unang mangyayari dyan, maapektuhan yung mga cells ng lining ng ating yung respiratory tract and even the lungs. No? So, may mga strong studies na nakakaroon nakita na with smoking and even vaping, nakakaroon ng DNA methylation. Ibig sabihin na damage yung DNA ng mga cells na nagla-line. Kung ano yung na-expose na mga cells during the inhalation, yun ang apektuhan. At pag nagkaroon ng damage sa DNA, eventually, after many years, nagde-develop sila ng cancer. So, lung cancer, throat cancer, mouth cancer, at even systemically, na-absorb yan sa system. Kaya even yung mga cervical, prostate, GI, dahil na-absorb na sa sistema natin, naapektuhan na rin yung mga DNA ng mga cells ng other organs of the body. That's why, hindi lang lung cancer ang nagkakaroon with smoking and vaping, a host of a lot of cancers ang nangyayari. So, yun ang main problem on the long term kung talaga silang nag-smoke na matagal. Lung cancer, of course, COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, nasisira yung mga alveoli nyo, yung mga air sacs ninyo, asthma, naging very sensitive yung mga airways natin, so naging paulit-ulit ang mga asthma attacks at dahil may inflammation, nagkakaroon ng recurrent na pneumonia, bronchitis, so maraming sakit na paulit-ulit dahil nagko-continue sila mag-smoke tsaka mag-vape. Thank you very much.
Okay na ba yun, Sir JC? Simplified na talaga. Okay. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Rory Visco from the Business Mirror. I noticed Dr. Beaver kanina medyo cool yung kanyang vibe and presentation sa kanyang welcome remarks. So my question is, sir, if there's anything that you can do to suggest or propose to all the other anti-tobacco advocates, how do you make it cool? Kasi nung panahon ng Marlboro, ang presentation was macho, kaya cowboy. So again, it's a cool attitude. So what would you suggest at the top of your head? How you can make this campaign cooler than what the tobacco industry is doing, particularly among the youth? Thank you.
Number one is we have to help the people understand na hindi lang ugly pictures ang nagiging resulta, kundi you actually change your whole life for the worse. Kaya yan nilabas namin si Ate Rose kasi siya ang actual simula. Once that smoke gets in, that nicotine, yung nicotine na nakaka-addict sa'yo, ginagawa ka ng addict. Once you're an addict, you just keep going and going for that. And what does nicotine do? It now makes your platelets sticky. Platelets yan ang importante component ng dugo that actually helps us prevent yung mga bleeding. Kaso kung sobrang active, sobrang sticky, yan yung nagiging bara. So tuloy, you now predispose the person to developing earlier atherosclerotic heart disease, you actually develop the strokes, you develop yung peripheral artery disease, all induced by the nicotine, the smoking, and acceleration of atherosclerosis. Kaya talagang masama talaga itong issue natin. We have to go for the root cause. And we have to help people understand na dito nagsisimula. And once we can get that message across, I'm pretty sure many people they have better inclination how to choose which way to improve their lives better.
At dadagdagan pa po yan ni Dr. Limpid.
Yeah, kailangan kasi ma-realize natin. Kaya sinasabi natin, yung maganda yung theme ngayon ng World No Tobacco Day, unmasking the appeal. Kasi nga, ang industry, lagi nilang pinoproject, cool, maganda. And even with the smell, no, ang sarap pag biruin mo, sweet flavor, fruity flavor. So, lahat yan nakakaengganyo. So, paano natin lalabanan ng ganyang klaseng kampanya? Ipakita natin ang katotohanan. Therefore, instead of making the campaign cool, kasi parang mangyari, kapag ganun pa rin ang approach natin, then, lalo lang maiengganyo yung mga kabataan natin doon sa pag-vape at saka paninigarilyo. So, let us show the truth, yung katotohanan na hindi cool ang paninigarilyo at pag-vape. At hindi totoo yung naaamoy nilang mabango, mas parang amoy na masarap, kasi meron ding food flavoring, katulad ng bacon flavor, waffle flavor. So, maiengganyo kang kainin. And hindi naman kinakain, no? So, you inhale it. So, ang pinaka-key is really ipakita natin ang katotohanan na sa pamamagitan ng vaping and smoking, imbes na gumanda at maging cool ang buhay ninyo, kabaligtaran. All of this will actually end up with you suffering, magkakasakit ka, and eventually mamatay. Actually, buti kung mamamatay ka kaagad. Diba? Beaver, you just tell them the sufferings, no?
Well, the other thing, of course, is let's face it, in this day and age, social media na talaga, di ba? Social media, mga influencers. Let's talk to the right influencers. I mean, we were fortunate na si Kuya Kim agreed to help us with Ate Rose para matulungan natin to help educate the public. Ang linaw niya mag-explain. If you watch our video,
It's available on Facebook at our Asian Hospital website. You can see the video and how Kuya Kim really goes through the explanations. And hopefully, more and more people who follow these social media influencers, at least if we can get them aligned with us, sana tuloy, everybody else will learn and actually become, understand that it's not cool to be vaping or smoking.
Thank you.
Follow-up lang po, very short. Will the campaign also include something like addressing mental health among the smokers and vapers, particularly those who look at vaping and smoking as more of a personal death sentence? Thank you.
Kasi this goes under mental health also kasi nga substance abuse yan. So you're abusing nicotine or a chemical or a habit. Kaya nga yung approach sa smoking cessation may behavioral change. So tama ka, part of those that are addicted to these substances have some level of substance abuse. So kailangan din ng expert on that.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Sir?
Good morning po. My name is Jay Mate of PCMS and Radyo Pilipino-America. Follow ko lang doon sa question ko po kanina. Ako kasi natanong nung sa play, doon sa far-flung areas. So, regarding doon sa playbook, kailan po ito ma-implement at saka paano po mag-integrate po lahat po kayo?
So within this year, kasi every year naman yung aming Health Promotion Bureau naglalabas ng mga playbook. So, siguro within this year, ma-launch namin yan in the different areas.
Kung tutulong-tulong po ba lahat ng mga doctors po natin?
Yeah, tumutulong siya. So we have a whole bureau. Part of where the money goes from Syntax is called health promotion. I get something like 1.6 billion pesos in the current budget. So dito yung gagamitin namin para gumastos para dun sa mga far-flung areas at ma-protect sila.
Ituon ko na lang din po sa mga kabataan din po. Paano po ma-integrate yung sa mga kabataan? Kasi siyempre mga mascots po ito ang mga nasa likod po ninyo. Paano po ma-engage po yan? Papasok po ba yan sa mga eskwelahan at saka sa mga universidad?
Yes, we have actually what we call peer counselors in our schools. Bumisita ako sa ibang public schools. Tumutulong sila in mental health, tumutulong sila in pregnancy, tumutulong sila dito sa substance abuse.
Maraming salamat.
May katanungan po pumasok dito. What is the success rate of smoking cessation in PGH program? Sabi po daw ni Dr. Fernandez kanina is 5%. Mababa po ba ito? Ano po ang issues at bakit mababa ang success rate?
So sa programa mismo, 60% ang success rate namin after 1 year. Sa lung center, ganun din po, 65% sa lahat ng smokers na sumasali sa programa. So kung meron ng motivation na gustong tumigil, and then may tama, evidence-based po, base sa ebidensya, at kung meron mang medisina na makatulong, mataas po ang success rate natin. Ang binanggit kong 5% ay sa buong Pilipinas. So lahat ng smokers, 15 million po yan. 65% sa kanila nagsabi, interesado sila. So meron ng interest to quit. At kalahati no nagsabi, mga doktor ko lahat nagsabi, dapat tumigil ako. Kaya lang nagsisigarilyo pa rin sila. At 30% sa kanila, 40% actually, nagsabi, nagsubok na ako na tumigil magsigarilyo tulad ni Jack. Kaya lang, 5% lang ang naging successful sa survey na mag-stop talaga. So, merong puwang na 40% po doon na dito po kami papasok na lahat ng mga gustong mag-stop magsigarilyo at mag-vape, nandito kami na tumulong. So, yun po yung ibig natin sabihin sa 5%. Pero kung nasa tamang kamay kayo, ay matutulungan kayo.
Sa tamang kamay ni Dr. Marcart, at tamang kamay ni Dr. Fernandez, at tamang kamay ng mga doktor dito.
I think si Dr. Fernandez is referring to smoking cessation per se. Yung paghinto ng paninigarilyo. Sa paghinto ng vape, mas medyo malaki ang ating problema. No? Kasi this is from personal experience here in Art Center. So around bumabagsak ang success rate. This is already with the help of the professionals. Within 2 months of stopping, no, 30% lang ang success rate. So, actually, pinapakita dito na talagang sa pag ang isang tao ay nag-vape, mas malaki ang ating problema because I think the addiction is much higher compared sa addiction na nakukuha nila sa paninigarilyo. Why? Because the nicotine in vape, no, yung niloloko nga tayo kasi di ba nakalagay doon sa nicotine concentration nila 3% nicotine concentration. Pero ang ibig sabihin nun, that's 30 milligrams per ml. So, sa isang 100 milligrams, no, sa 100 ml ng e-liquid, that is equivalent to 30 milligrams of nicotine. Okay? So, ang isang sigarilyo, ilan ang nicotine, that's just about siguro mga point something milligrams lang eh. So ang laki ng addiction talaga sa pag-vape. And you have to take note, ang isang pod ngayon can have as high as 12,000 puffs. So that means pwedeng magsigarilyo ka ng ilang pakete, and kung yan ay matatapos mo in 1 week, ibig sabihin, ilang pakete ng sigarilyo yun, that is about hundreds of pack of cigarettes, no? Kaya ang taas talaga ng addiction, and therefore, talagang kailangan ng tulong, hindi na ako magsasabi ng advice lang for the vapers. You really have to seek professional help.
Thank you, Dr. Lipid. May question naman po dito para sa ating friend sa Health Justice, kay Attorney Benedict Nisperos. Sir, what policies need to be promulgated to strengthen the fight against vape and cigarettes? Attorney?
Ang panawagan namin sa Health Justice, maraming polisiya actually, no? At maganda na tumayo ang ating Secretary of Health regarding sa banning ng vape, no? At sinusuportahan po namin yan. Maganda rin na ma-review yung RA 9211 or yung Tobacco Regulation Act at maging komprehensibo yung mga acts and na pwedeng ma-cover, no, dun sa batas. At ma-review din yung RA 11900, ito naman po yung Vape Regulation Act, at maamyandahan na gawing mas protective ito, no, sa ating mga kabataan, at gawing, for example, yung age restriction itaas, iban yung mga flavors, ibalik sa Food and Drug Administration yung regulation ng mga vapor products kasi nga naman ito yung mga health products at ang FDA ang may mandato para dito. At kami po sa civil society, paulit-ulit po namin na panawagan na maging full of government approach yung gawin po natin sa problema ng paninigarilyo at pag-vape. Ibig sabihin po, lahat po ng gobyerno, government agencies, magtulungan, hindi lang ang DOH, pero inaasahan po natin ang DOH na silang manguna dito sa laban po natin to, dito sa kampanya natin to. Pero maganda na i-coordinate po yung ating programa sa mga iba't ibang ahensya, katulad na lang po ng DALG. Yung DALG po, mayroon po yung supervision sa mga local government units. Magandang i-highlight yung mga best practices sa mga local government units on tobacco and vape regulation. Yung DepEd, na-mention na po ng ating sekretary yun, na pasukin po natin yung mga eskwelahan, gawing responsable yung mga eskwelahan at mga estudyante, at yung connection po nila sa ating mga parents, yung DSWD, at iba pa pong ahensya. So, sana maging ganun yung approach po natin, full of government approach. Salamat.
Thank you, Attorney Nisperos. Ang susunod na katanungan po ay para sa tatlong directors or from government hospitals. Ano po ang importansya ng World No Tobacco Day or No Smoking Month, and paano po bang gumagalaw ang government hospital towards this? So, start po natin sa lady, Dr. Fernandez.
So, meron kaming policy ng tobacco-free na workplace and then yung continuing na serbisyo para sa mga pasyente ng ating smoking cessation program nga at vaping cessation. At malakas din kasi ang PGH sa research, kaya tuloy-tuloy ang pagsisiyasat at pananaliksik namin sa lahat ng issues na to. Naging kasama din po parati kami sa DOH, no? We partner with them, yung mga training the trainers program, at meron din kami nagsisimula din, namumuno din kami sa mga guideline formulation na nakakatulong sa paggawa ng mga polisiya. So lahat po ito ay pinapasukan ng PGH kasi
national tayo na hospital at ang buong bansa po ay umaasa din sa PGH na tutulong sa serbisyo sa bawat mamamayan at yung lalo na sa pananaliksik.
Dr. Aventura from Philippine Heart Center.
Yes, the Philippine Heart Center is yung apex hospital ng cardiac disease in the Philippines. Ngayon, ang pinaka number one mortality killer ng bansa is actually heart disease. And smoking is actually a risk factor for heart disease. No? And matanggal natin to, we take out a big chunk of that problem. Sa aming workplace nga, wala kaming dito, walang smoking. And marami kami mga posters around the area that signify na pangit o hindi dapat mag-smoke. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Vince Banalay.
Yung lung center is the National Specialist Center for Lung and Chest Diseases. Kami yung nagpapatakbo ng Quit Line 1558. No? Since 2017, nag-start na itong toll-free telephone counseling and assistance program para dun sa mga smokers or vapers na gusto nila mag-stop smoking. So tatawag lang kayo, 1558, diretso na yon dun sa ating mga counselors. Tapos kung gusto mo talaga tumigil, meron tayong 12-week program para matulungan kayo. No? Sinabi nila, ordinarily, less than 5% yung nag-quit cold turkey or whatever. Pero sa amin, through the counseling, we're able to have at least a 20% quit rate during the first 12 months. No? Pwedeng umabot pa ng 50%. Nung nag-start kami, nung magbigay kami ng mga nicotine patch during the time of the pandemic, tumaas yung quit rate namin up to 50%. So, importante sana na magkaroon tayo ng mga nicotine patches, yung mga NRTs, para ma-increase yung chances na gusto mag-quit na talagang tumigil. Of course, we have yung mga face-to-face counseling namin sa aming smoking cessation services, sa outpatient. Meron din kaming inpatient counseling, pwedeng through online counseling also. No? So, pwedeng lahat yan. Of course, meron kami mga community engagement, may mga communities kami na pinagsaservan. So, may mga smoking cessation clinic, may lay forum kami, at nagkakaroon kami ng mga regular check-up for mga lung diseases secondary to smoking. We also do education and training, mga health workers, ng mga brief tobacco intervention. So all over the Philippines, tinatawag kami, pumunta doon kami para magtuturo sa mga health workers para matulungan din nila doon sa mga hospital nila na tigil yung mga smokers nila. Of course, marami kaming mga requests for media appearance. Andito si Dr. Catalan, Dr. Blina Cabrera, sila yung mga face ng lung center sa mga fora na to. So, they're very much welcome for any invitation to speak on smoking cessation. Yun lang po.
Thank you, Dr. Vince. Kung wala na pong question sa World No Tobacco Day, lilipat naman po tayo sa ibang issues. Okay na po ba? May katanungan po, Secretary Herbosa, tungkol sa MPAX. Ano po ang status nito sa some parts of the Philippines? At ano po ang reaction nyo na mayroong video going viral that's asking people to wear face masks? Sir?
Naku, yan ang problema sa ating social media. Ang daming misinformation. So, yung ng mga nare-report ng mga cases of MPAX ng mga ibang LGU, actually many weeks ago pa yon. Nagkataon lang, ni-report ng social media. So, natatakot naman. In fact, nung ni-review namin yung statistics ng MPAX last year at this year, mas mababa po ang cases ng MPAX. So, sa science, walang increase ng MPAX. Number 2, lahat ng MPAX na na-detect namin ay clade 2. Hindi po ito yung public health emergency of international concern. Ang public health emergency of international concern ay clade 1B MPAX. Wala pong ganun sa Pilipinas kahit last year. So, walang dapat ikatakot. Ang pagkalat ng MPAX ay through intimate and skin-to-skin contact. Kahit nakamask ka, kung may skin-to-skin contact ka, magkaka-MPAX ka. Yung mask po, para po yan sa airborne or aerosol spread microbes. Yan ang protection nyo. Yung mask pagka sa trangkaso, ubo, sipon. Pero sa MPAX po, walang tulong yung face mask unless sa mukha nang galing yung MPAX, yung kurikong at yun ang didikit nyo. Makakatulong yung face mask.
Kurikong yun talaga, sir. Hala ko, dito kurikong.
Tandaan nyo rin kasi yung MPAX, because it comes out with dermatologic reasons, siya, self-limiting siya. And ang kinatamaan sa kanila yung people with risky behavior. So, may anonymous sex, unknown partners, hindi namin magawa ng contact tracing. Kaya nagkakataon may mga cases na parang hindi siya epidemiologically linked. Kasi it came from an orgy. That's the problem. Hindi nila ma-identify kanino sila nahawa. When in fact, this is a disease that's easy to detect kasi alam mo kung sino yung kadikit mo. Unless di mo alam. Then that's the bigger problem. That's the risky behavior. Hindi yung sakit. And in fact, ang mas nakakatakot, if I tell you, 50 new cases of HIV every day. That's the scary one. Huwag kayong matakot dyan sa MPAC. Matakot kayo na we have 12-year-old diagnosed with HIV in Palawan. Ba't hindi lumalabas sa report yun? Nakakatakot yun Okay, tapos 15 years old, nagkakaroon ng tapos we lose them. We're able to diagnose them, but they don't go into treatment. So I'm trying to explain. Ito, nag-uusap tayo ngayon. Bakit MPAX ang pinag-uusapan natin? Ang daming namamatay ng EVAL. May namatay na ng 22-year-old. Yung MPAX, may namatay nga, pero may HIV siya. So, hindi siya namatay sa MPAX. Namatay siya sa advanced HIV. Pero itong ibang sakit. So, kailangan, the media needs to learn what to prioritize. You listen to the experts. Nag-iingay sila kasi you need to have science-based, evidence-based information for the public. Pag inulit-ulit niya yung MPAX sa television at sa radyo, lahat ng tao takot sa MPAX. Pero nagbe-fake. Anong problema natin doon? Ang laki ng problema natin doon. Yung bata naging addict sa vape. Pero ang kinatatakutan, MPAX. May problema tayo. So we need to have very good communication to the people kung ano ang masama at magaling para sa kanilang kalusugan. And we need your help.
Last question magagaling kay Sir JC.
Sorry. Box pa rin to. Sir, kasi sa online, yung kumakalat na
problema natin, nakikinig tayo sa online. Itong mga experts.
May lockdown daw po ng June 10. Opo.
Wala. But lockdown does not work for MPAX. Joy, lockdown does not work for MPAX. Why? Because it's skin-to-skin contact. Lalo pag nag-lockdown ka, lalo maging skin-to-skin contact.
Siguro tandaan na lang ito ng media. Kapag ang umaray, kaming nasa mga medical community, then makinig kayo. Kung katahimik kami, ibig sabihin, wala kaming nakikitang problema. Kasi nakita nyo naman during the pandemic kung paano kami mag-ingat. Diba? Kasi kami mismo natataranta kung ano ang gagawin namin. At gusto namin makita na masugpo kung ano man ang mga nangyayari na very infectious sa ating mga kababayan. Pero the mere fact na tahimik kami, napakinggan nyo ba kami na nagsasalita? Hindi. Kumakatok ba kami sa inyo? Hindi. So, ibig sabihin, tama si Sec, hindi dahil sa katabi ko lang siya. Kung hindi, dahil ang nakikita nating information, yan ay mga data through the years, from the time na nagkaroon ng impact. So, of course, alam naman nila kung ano ang malaking problema. Ang malaking problema pa rin ay kung ano yung nakikita natin sa ngayon. Yung top 10 diseases, so atake sa puso, atake sa utak, cancer, diabetes, COPD, in fact, pati TB, Iano ko na, malaking problema ang TB, kasi tayo, around the world, number 4 tayo sa heavily burdened, heavily burdened. Pero pagdating sa prevalence, mas ang taas din natin, So talagang, masyadong malaki ang problema natin. Doon, umaaray kami, pero hindi kami umaaray sa MPACS.
Okay, Seth. So we actually released already a statement about the fake news po ng lockdown tungkol sa MPACS. You can access the official statement on Facebook. But Seth, para po to meet our media friends halfway, one last statement that it is not true to debunk the lockdown.
Yeah, there is no plan to do lockdown. Magdi-declare muna kami ng outbreak if there is really, but there's no outbreak. Number two, ang lockdown ay very extreme. We used it during the pandemic. So MPACS has to become a pandemic. It's not. It's just, well, when you say public health emergency of international concern, what the WHO is telling us, countries should monitor if they have clade 1B. And that's what we're doing. Ginagawa po ng Department of Health ninyo ang pag-monitor at surveillance. Yung response, hayaan nyo sa amin. Ang problema may nagre-respond din sa social media. Huwag nyo silang pakinggan. Ang pakinggan nyo, the authorities that want to respond to whatever the numbers are.
Okay, with that, I think ang panelists po natin deserve a big round of applause. Maraming salamat. Last message, sir, for the World No Tobacco Day. Sir, last message for the World No Tobacco Day.
Well, itong World No Tobacco Day, we've celebrated this since May 31 of 1988. And madami pa rin namamatay. 88,000 Filipinos died from smoking-related causes or illnesses every year. Parang madami yun. Parang mas nakakatakot yun kesa sa MPACS.
Maraming salamat, Sek. At palapakan din po natin ang ating kasamang media kasi mula kaninang 8 o'clock hanggang ngayon kasama natin sila. At we are inviting you for a very, very beautiful lunch. We all deserve. Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat.